Hello, welcome pen friends. Oh, I am so excited. I finally have a fountain pen that I have been wanting for about 3 years, but I don't know why I dragged my feet so long on this one. I was convinced I wanted it, but I think every time I would see a color I liked, it wasn't a U.S. seller, or every time I would see a U.S. seller, it was not the price I wanted to pay, because I did get this on eBay. And 3 of my absolute favorite fountain pen reviewers have talked about this pen over the years, and it was many years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, that I saw Chris Rapp 52's video on it, and waskisquirrel has a green one. And I've even read a blog post by Mike by Inkdependence. He had a blog post about it. So all 3 of them had something positive to say. And I had just looked at this pen and longingly thought about it for a long time. And finally it was just right. Like, the price was right. It was a US seller, and it was a color I really liked. And this one's called Titanium. It's black and gray, but it's called Titanium. And there was another one I liked too that was red, and there's a real hot bidding going on for a red one. It's got some weird name to it, but I don't use red inks as much, and I do kind of do matchy. So I thought, well, with this I could put any color, because we're talking black, silver, and gray. So anyway, mine came with a total of 7 ink cartridges, but I'm not going to be using these. So, and then it came with a pen, and it didn't have a converter, but that all worked out. And when we get in the pen, I'll show you about that. But let's just take a good look at it as close as we can here. It is the most unusual and unique looking fountain pen that I've ever run across, really, in my looking and checking. Let's see. I don't know if my lighting's going to show, but it's the Rotring is written right here on this really cool cap. The cap itself is just amazing. It's huge, right? And then it has a clip, and, well, we didn't get done looking at the rest, I guess. It's got a lot of little details on the rubber, and oh my goodness. I don't know. It's right in my zone. It's my thing. But you guys remember, this is my favorite watch right here. So it kind of goes right in with what I like, even the color. And this is my key ring. So I couldn't make this up. This is really, really a pen that I've been after. It's got these little holes on the side, and I don't know. I like the whole thing. Everything about it. Whoops. Okay, so that's the outside. Let's go inside. And then we find that it has a very unusual nib and feed. So, but I was pretty sure, I mean, from those 3 guys, knowing that they liked the nibs and they were nice and smooth, I knew there wouldn't be any problem there. And then it's got the unusual grip section, which when I get around to writing, you'll see I do kind of hold it up here, where that little it's quite unusual. I don't end up in here at all, because I've got kind of a death grip, and I end up with a little tripod grip right on that little, and it isn't uncomfortable. I was writing pen pal letters this morning, and I found it was just fine. If I was to redesign the pen, yes, I'd probably would make this more like the TWSBI Go or something, so that it wasn't quite so you could choose a little bit more area there where you were going to grip. Okay, so then moving on to the inside, I have a converter in it now, but it didn't come with a converter. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, was if you're going to order one, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just really excited about the pen. So do check the listing and everything, because I see now, in retrospect, that some of them include the converter. And I think mine is missing some little plastic parts, but I don't care about that at all, because that's not going to affect me. There's these little things on the side of the pictures of the ones I've seen, but I didn't end up getting that. But the converter is something that I definitely was going to need, and I'll show you where I got it from. Well, I went through all my pens, because I was like, oh no, I really, after I tried to clean the pen, and I'll explain that in a minute, then I knew I needed a converter. So I found that the Faber-Castell Ondaro and the Faber-Castell Loom, which I took it off the Ondaro because I use the Loom a little bit more, it's this kind of converter. It fit right on. fit right on the Rotring Core. So that, you know, I thought that it was going to take a standard one, but it wouldn't take a Jin Hao converter. So, or at least the ones I had, it wouldn't take them. So this was what happened. I got this and I got real excited. I remembered what Chris said about always clean them real good. So I went to clean it, and I always use a bulb syringe. And what happened was we're just going to have to kind of simulate it. I put the bulb syringe down in there as far as it would go, but these holes made water spew out all over me and everything else. So then I tried to kind of, you know, seal it with my fingers. And anyway, I thought, oh no, I'm really going to need a converter, because I had decided, well, I'll just pop a cartridge in and then I'll refill the cartridges with whatever I like, and then I'll be able to dip the nib in my, you know, sample. But anyway, then I really got serious about finding a converter, because the cleaning didn't go so great there that first time, and I had to really seal it with my fingers and just keep going and keep rinsing, and everything was fine. Once I got the converter on, I was able to, you know, fill it really good, and it started writing right away, and I really do like it a lot. So let's see, I got a little index card to try to keep me from forgetting everything I was going to say. So that would be my recommendation. If you're going to get one of these, I would definitely recommend you get a converter too, from either your stash or buy one. And I found them online for, I think, $5 or $6, so you can still get them. Oh yeah, let's compare this pen to some of my other currently inked pens. Oh dear. Whoops. Okay, so the pen of mine that reminds me the most of the Rotring Core is the Lamy Nex, because it has that kind of space looking kind of to it, but of course it's nothing like it. But there we have it. And in my currently inked, there's a couple large pens, so I thought I would pull them out. This is the Opus 88 Coloro Demonstrator, which is kind of similar in length. We're not going to find anything that looks exactly like it. And then here is the Opus 88 Omar. Opus 88 Omar. Let's see, what else do we have? The TWSBI Go. This just kind of comparison. This is a really interesting, it's got the biggest cap, of course, of anything. Let me see what else. Okay, well, of course, this is the Faber-Castell Loom, which also has the large cap, but it's totally different. So, but nothing is quite the same, but I thought we would just do a few comparisons for size. Excuse me, because that always helps me. Oh, I hope I'm close enough to that microphone. Okay, so I think really the next thing to do is to write with this pen. So we'll do that. And this is my little currently inked, well, I keep currently inked in two places. I keep Inky Fingers book too, with what I have inked up, and that gives just a short place. But then this is a little B6 Slim with a sticker that Alicia made from her Etsy shop, Fig and Bean. Am I saying that right? Fig and Bean Company, I think, but I'll check and make sure I've got that right. And of course, she's Adventure Denali, and I love her videos, but she sent me this beautiful sticker, and so I was able to make this notebook look pretty. So let's get in here and just do a writing sample with the pen. Okay. And then I think my thoughts are a little bit scattered, but there was something else I wanted to remember to say, and I'm hoping that I will. So, okay, and let's get the tile. I did choose TWSBI Royal Purple. Whoops. Oh, there's not much room here, is there? Oh my goodness. Talk about awkward. Okay, there it is. TWSBI Royal Purple for this. I knew that this was a not dry ink, kind of just medium to good flow and everything. So we've got Rotring. Now I'm not sure how you say this. I've heard it pronounced differently different places. These pens are were made in Germany. They're not made anymore, and it's labeled as XL on the nib. Let's see. I don't know if we can see that though. Oh, I got a lighting problem. Let me fix that. No wonder everything looked funny. I took a call and then I paused it and came back and oh my goodness. Anyway, this says XL on the nib, and I don't think the light's going to make any difference, but that's what it says, which is supposedly broad, but this writes like a medium. So, whoops, XR, no. XL is what it says. But I'm calling it a medium, and almost everybody does. And yet it kind of writes between, in my opinion, it writes between a medium and a broad. And this is TWSBI. This is one of my favorite purple inks, Royal Purple. And we'll do some squiggly and hashtags and a little bit of, yeah, it's got a nice flow. And I don't know if we'll be able to see that the ink's still drying, but it definitely is a nice wet. This is Tomoe River 52 GSM. Excuse me. Okay, so we'll do a little more writing. I'm really pleased with this. Okay, apparently I just can't write right now. And that's really fast writing, but that's how I like to write, is really super fast. So there we have it. It's just really nice. It's a juicy nib, and I'm having trouble seeing. I don't know, my eyesight is just not all there. But I am super excited about this, and I wanted to return to the thought I'd had before, because I don't think I completely finished the thought. And the reason I was trying to explain why I thought you need to get a converter. And basically, what I'm trying to say on that is that you'll just have an easier time cleaning the nib and feed area if you have the converter, because you just expel and put in water and expel and, you know, clean the system that way better than you will with a bulb syringe in this case, unless I'm missing the mark. And of course I'm new with this pen, so you know, but there's a long ways to get to that area, and this just wouldn't get past all the the holes in the side. So I thought it's going to be just like cleaning a piston pen where it's all attached. It's going to work better if I try doing that than having the spray all over me. So that's the reason I was encouraging you to get a converter. And, you know, I didn't really linger long over the listing because I saw the price was right for me, and it was a US seller, and it was just one pen, and you know, I thought I better get it. So I didn't pay as much attention maybe as I would have if I was for sure knowing that I wanted to purchase one with a converter. Okay, so now's the time for me to talk about what I like and don't like, even though this is just an early impression. You know, this is like, what, the third day I've had it? Okay, so on the like side, I love the uniqueness of this. It is really, really unique and different than anything else, and I love the style of it. It just sort of fits right into the style that I like. The second thing is the nib is super smooth. It is really nice. There's no problem whatsoever with that. Right, it's really nice. I like the fact that it's a snap cap, because you're in and out, you could take notes quick. You can get in and out. There's no, you know, excessive amounts of screwing or anything else. You're in and out real quick. Okay? Then let's see. I wrote a couple things down on the don't like side. I said mine didn't come with a converter. Well, that's my fault, you know. I mean, I see now that the listings specify, and that's all I had to do was pay attention. I just can't see myself using the cartridges because I'd want the converter anyway to clean the pen. I mean, it's not like I could use the cartridge, then rinse it out and refill it with whatever I want. It's not that you can't do that. Okay, what else did I... Well, that's the only thing I wrote down that I didn't like. Now, the grip... I won't say I don't like it. I would change it if I could. Just, you know, make that solid. I would probably, you know, I greatly prefer probably something, Well, this one's contoured, so that doesn't really count. I'm trying to think. You know, a nice big regular grip section like the one on the Omar, you know. They could have just done that, but no, they want it to be different. So that's fine. That's fine because it works for me. I mean, I can get a hold of it pretty good. That's how I end up holding it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It didn't hurt me this morning when I was writing pen pal letters. So, but if I was to redesign it, I'd get rid of that. But that's it. I really, you know, so far, I can't, now that I've got the converter and I know I'll be able to clean that out, you know, just fine that way. I'm no longer worried. I did sweat it a little bit till I figured out which converter that I had on hand. You know, I thought I was going to have to order one, but no, I didn't. Because I would not have all three of these inked at the same time. All I have to have is just making sure that one of these is not in use at a time. So that's pretty good. I'm fine. I don't have to purchase anything more. So I hope you like this and that if you're considering one, maybe this will help you in, you know, thinking about it. And maybe at some point I'll do a full review where I do measurements and weights and everything. Just generally speaking, it's a lightweight pen. And looking down inside there, it's going to be real hard for me to show, but I can see. Yeah, it's like impossible for me to see. I can see there's some kind of lining in there. So I'm hoping this will stay really nice and juicy. And of course with the cartridge, with the converter, if I happen to leave it laying around too long, I'll be able to, you know, put a little extra ink down in there and everything. So this is big excitement for me. And you should have heard me scream when I finally found the converter that fit. Manuel came running to see if I was all right. But anyway, I'll let you go for now. But let me know if you have one of these. You know, what do you think? I have seen some, like, comments on other reviews where they say that they just, you know, they didn't write good and everything. And so I don't know if that's a bad experience or the pens needed cleaning better, because I think that was pretty much the consensus was, you know, you got to keep them clean and you know, have good pen maintenance, but that's true with everything. So we'll see over time, and I'll come back and let you know. But thanks for watching, and thank you very much for all the support and comments here on the channel. Bye for now.